Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grigsby's War in the Pacific. So, I have just started to increase the production of the G3M20. What I need to do now is take a look at the G4, so we have an idea of what we're talking about. G4? Is it G4M1? It might be the G4M1. Yep, G4M1. As we can see here, good bomb load. Decent speed actually, very good speed actually. Endurance is fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so the thing is it takes about 2 HA32 engines, so we do need to ramp up that production there to have more of them available. Now, we are producing a okay amount of them, but what I need to do is increase engine production. So we're going to look for is the HA32. I can turn that off. There we go. Right, HA32, the Mitsubishi. Right, 60 engines per month. I'd like to increase that. Oh, we could apparently have that changed over. Let's expand it by 10. And that's all we have apparently for the HA32. The HE35 is expanding. The good thing is we produce about 183 engines per month. And obviously the A6 M2 only takes about one of these, so we can theoretically produce a good amount of them. Aircraft production is what I want to take a look at. So the HA35? HA35, there we go. No, wrong one. It is the HA35, isn't it? It's definitely the HA35. Okay. Now something as well I need to take a look at is research and development, which is something I've not touched on at all. Right, HA35. Spend that by another 10. I need more of those engines. And if I can increase the amount of frames that we're producing each month, that would be great. So at the moment we're producing about 56 aircraft. So if I can increase that further... See, that's at maximum production. So I suppose it's a good thing that I have founded another A6 M2 production facility, so at least we can expand the amount of airframes we are producing, and basically increase the amount of aircraft that we gain per month. Right, so yes, we're going to take a look at the the research and development. The thing is, I could take a look at, in the future, basically changing it. So we could basically dictate what we research. But I will have to take a look at that one in the future, as I do not want to really go and bungle it up right now. Okay. So the thing is as well, we need to have... a garrison over here. Right. That mixed brigade is actually fairly large, I'm not gonna lie. This then, in fact, can be moved back over here to the base. I'll have them strategic move. There we go. As we also need forces over here at Amov. Sorry, is it Amov? No, Shaoxing. So we have 6,000 troops there. There's a few men there. Okay, so what I might be able to do here is divide the unit organization. So now that we have the unit splits into 3. Okay, I'll rebuild that. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to split off about 500 men or so. But no, for the time being then I'll have to do that. So we'll split the unit here. What I'll do is I'll send this detachment over to the base here. I'll have them strategic move. Then these forces over here can stay there, I'll reform them or detach them, whatever I can do. I do need some detachments just to be able to move in there. Now, we do have an incredible amount of men here. This can stay there, that's fantastic. Okay. Now, what I'm looking at here is namely the road system. Let's just take a look over here. We have the rails, of course, over here, but what I'm taking special note of is this road network. Namely this, I suppose, highway or basically major road. Which is fairly important for the Chinese here. If I can advance my forces up along this road and meet up with the base here, basically we can try to push on. And if I could secure this point here, possibly create a base there if it would be doable, and then push on and secure that base, and there. Basically, we'd be able to cut off the roads and try and cut off the supply to the Chinese forces over here. There aren't that many, but there are Chinese forces in the area that I do have to take account of. Okay. Then again, we could go for the long route and basically head for these bases here, which actually, I think is a better idea in the end. So I'll head north instead then to these bases. Okay. Well, actually, I can't I? Because if I send these forces out, no, actually, I haven't sent them anywhere, have I? Right. Okay. Destination hex will be over here. There we go. So I'll have them strategically move there. There we go. And I could do with moving some forces. Interestingly enough, Chichao doesn't actually have enough, apparently. Garrison, yep, is under. That's a lot of men there. Ba da 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 da. Right. That's another 500 men there. So I'll have that sent to this base here. Okay, move strategically. There we go. I think this is indicating a lack of supply. Right, supply. Garrison's actually too large, I think. I can believe that. I can, in fact, believe that. Yeah. I need to get some engineers here, and then I can start expanding that. Actually, I believe it is being expanded already. Okay. Another base there would be quite nice to have. There's a large amount of Chinese forces here. The thing is, I don't want to engage the enemy where the enemy is strong. I'd rather engage the enemy where the enemy is weak. So move down that way. Right, all these forces moving out anyway. Right, that's about it for China at the moment. Our invasion over here of Miri is going okay. These men have backed off though, however. What do we have here? It's not really enough, is it? Okay, no, I need you to continue. That's a huge load that you need to take. Okay. Yep, there's a lot of support here. Sorry, supply. That supply needs to land over here. Okay, you're heading for repairs. You're heading home. No, you're heading over there. Interesting. I would like you to patrol around this area here. Yep, there we go. Hopefully try and avoid those submerged mines. That would be good. Right, these guys are finishing off their unloading. We do have Congo and Haruga over here. Or is it Haruga or Hyuga? Haruna, that's it. We do have Otago and Jinsu. Okay. They are returning home. And the thing is as well, I could do having some of these light cruisers or even the battleships with the carriers. Considering that we have about 13 out of 14 float planes there, having that amount of float planes in a carrier task force would be greatly... Well, it would greatly augment the carrier force's ability to, well, perform. I mean, the Japanese carriers don't really do reconnaissance for themselves, so that's the thing that we have to take into account here. Righto. The invasions are going okay over here. I am looking... Yep, we have allied ships over there. You're heading home to refit, take on new ASW equipment. I'll change your home port to here, as it is literally the closest one to you, and would make a hell of a lot more sense. So return over here, then you can go out on your mission once more. I'm going to have the planes over here. Perform the function I need them to do. Naval search. Now I do have some information on the planes and how best to use them for submarine searching. Let's find it here. It's basically have them low. Right. Da, 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 da. Let's find it. Right, here we go. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. So basically we want to be as low as possible, yes. So we want max range and using bombs if possible. Using bombs, there we go. And we want to be as low as possible. So I'm going to set my altitude to low, which is about 100. Hey! Right, and set that to... I guess that is maximum then. Okay. So I'm going to reset this arc. Reset arc. And we'll set it on the map. Right, set it on the map. Da, 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 da. Actually. Right. I'll do this again. Reset the arc. Right. I just need to figure out where that is. God damn it. Okay, so that is far off then. If I can have that counterclockwise. No? Okay. Right, I'll just set them. I wish it was a bit easier to do. I guess that'd be like 180. I'll see what that comes out like. Right, okay, so it's about 180 then. Or it might be even further than that. Again, I wish you could see the degrees on here. That'd be fantastic. I'd be tempted to buy, what do you call those bloody tools? Is it Protractor? Something like that. I'd be tempted to buy one of those just so I could use it for this function. It would be bloody well useful. It really would as well. I actually might consider doing that. That's close enough, so I guess it's the 360. Or maybe... see how that turns out. Closer? Yep, so I guess it's about possibly 280, maybe 300. I'll try 280. That's about right. Ish. Yeah, kinda. I'll widen it a little bit though. Yeah. Okay. Naval search. Using bombs. Lowest altitude. Okay. Counterclockwise. Okay, I'll go for something like that, a wider arc. Okay. Oh, actually, that would be the correct thing there. And yeah, okay. Now, when it says the arc's random. Ah. Yeah. I swear to God, I just wish it was easier to set. It's so annoying. Right, that's much better. God damn it. Right. So I'll set them to ASW. There we go. ASW, yep. ASW. Okay, wow. That was a lot more difficult than I would have hoped for. Alright, what are we doing here? Okay, instead I'm going to say unload your supplies. Finish off there, then we'll have that task force basically sent home, but at least Batan Island will be usable. I think that was a little bit of an oversight on my part. I would have thought it would have been easier to achieve that goal, but it turns out it's actually going to take a lot more time. And also it's not really worth it. So, we'll go with that then. I'll hold on to that island. It will allow me to have an airfield closer to the Philippines, which will be fantastic. And yeah, that'll be good. Right, so something I want to take a look at again is... map. Okay. So we'll zoom out here to 25. Make that 50. Okay. What I wanted to see here is basically search zones. So Japan, search acts, there we go. Okay. So you can see here are plain search arcs, which is a bit random as all hell, but hey, we'll hope for the best. So we can see that if we build up the islands over here, like basically Okinawa, that sort of island chain, then we can try to fill this gap here. But for the time being, we're doing fairly well. That would be a nice little island to take over there, fill in my defensive gap. Yeah, so these are the Midway Islands, so that's Kiributai. Wake Island. These are all my submarines over here, then. So this is all the areas they're patrolling, so you can see... yeah, we need them over there. And this would be the Marshall Islands. So the enemy is right... whereabouts are they? They are... they are at... don't know. Alright, so that's hex 135110. Right, so 135... 110. Right, so the enemy is here then. So that's good. So what we're trying to do then is... alright, so I'll draw that in. Or at least I'll fill it in. Easy if I draw it like that. Wish there was a fill tool. So that's where the enemy is here. What I'm doing with my submarines is I'm basically trying to have them cover these areas over here. And try and form basically patrol zones where if the enemy does try to escape, we'll be able to catch him there. That's my idea. And okay, naval. Anti-submarine warfare. Okay. 75. So we do have good ASW around here for the time being, the Mariana. The Philippines. Yep. So this is looking okay. I guess this is a little bit fungled up. I will have to sort this in the future. But we are trying to cover this area here. We do have a good... yep, good over here. So if I can have Okinawa basically function as my ASW and basically just surface ship what we need to do then is basically... Well, imagine this is like a gate. So this is like your fence, and then Okinawa is your gate. So Okinawa, with Naha as the key, basically the door through this. We can try to put out a wall here to try and pick up enemy submarines. I could try and taking this base as well, and having that as a similar function, but not to the same degree. Iojima could do that, but Iojima is in a position where it could just be bypassed fairly easily. Yeah, it doesn't really cover much to the south, and what it covers to the north isn't really worth covering too much. So we'll have to see. Right, Naval. Right, so good over here then. So we are definitely looking. Right, ship movements, enemy submarines. Right, so I love this. I absolutely adore this bloody program. It's fantastic. It legitimately is the most amazing thing. So we have an indication that there was an enemy submarine here, and around this area, which we are aware of. Right, so apparently enemy submarines over here. So I guess the tracker has taken into account the reports that I'm receiving. So I didn't know about these, so that's really interesting, and I'll have to take a look at what I can do about that. Especially as there is a significant amount of cargo that will be travelling around here. So if I can try to prevent the enemy from getting anywhere near close to the mainland, I can protect my supplies and my resources. So here's the Marshall Island. So we're just off the coast of Leisan with Kitabutai, probably around here-ish. And yeah, looking forward to it. Right, ship movements, CV. I don't know if that'll show mine. Yeah, it would do. Okay, Kaga, Akagi. Yep, there we go. Isn't that freaking cool? So turn 2, 3, 4, and 5 would over here. Now we should be about there, but I suppose it's not taken that into account yet. So we can kind of plot how fast we move. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so from Leisan, I plot that we could be potentially, as to say that we're about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Could be potentially there. So it might take us about 2 turns to arrive near Johnston. Which is worthwhile. In that time we might reacquire the enemy task force and therefore be able to make a more informed decision about where they are moving. Therefore we can adjust the movements of Kitabutai to intercept that in a much more logical fashion. So, that has been that. Quite a bit done in these last 2 episodes. So we have increased production of the HA5 engine, the HA32, was it? The HA32? Basically the engine for the G3 and the G4s. We've expanded the aircraft frame production of the A6M20 and the G3, G2, G3, G4, whatever. And laid the groundwork for our submarines to try and find those task forces. And as well to, interdict the one near Wake. Kitabutai has been reassigned to Johnston, to head towards Johnston. And who knows, possibly we could try to take another swing at Pearl Harbor. I mean, they are... Well, it has a large aircraft complement. And we wouldn't have the surprise bonus, but hey. So, right, guys, until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.